Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch.
Det var sommaren 2014 som Joel Nunez kom till Skellefteå. Tanken var att han skulle stanna i 3 månader och sedan återvända till Miami. Men så blev det inte. 3 år senare är han fortfarande kvar och planerna på att återvända till USA är skjutna på framtiden. Men vad visste då Joel om Sverige innan han kom hit?
I came to Sweden för att komma till Sverige. I did not know much about it here. I just thought it was very cold. So när jag kom till Sverige sommar 2014, I didn't know summer or winter, so I brought a big coat because I thought it was going to be very cold, and it was very hot. 2014. So I was very happy to know that when I came to Skellefteå, that this town, from this town came a group called the Wannadies.
Okay.
And when I was in South America in 1993, I saw a movie called Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio. And the soundtrack from that movie, one of the songs was a song called You and I from the Wannadies. And when I came here and I found out they were from Sweden and Skellefteå, I couldn't believe it. I said, wow, I can't believe that. December 19th, 2012, I left to work on a italienska kryssning för 3 månader. 3 månader turned into 15 månader, and I went to Medelhavet till 7 månader, sen jag kom tillbaks till Karibien, jobbade, spela musik. 6 months jag träffade en folk från Sverige. Så de säger till mig, du kan komma till Sverige om du vill, du kan spela musik. Så min kompis, I thought it was a good idea. And I tell you honestly, the reason I came to Sweden was because my mother and father lived in Spain. And I thought, okay, I come to Sweden for 3 months, I go to Spain, then I go back to Miami. And you can say the rest is history. 3 months turned into 3 years because of the love that I've received and the people that I've met and this amazing, beautiful culture and this Västerbotten, Norrbotten, this Norrland area that I truly, truly love.
We're caught in a jam. I can't walk out.
My mother and father are from the beautiful island of Cuba. They met in another beautiful island, Puerto Rico. They got married and they had me and my brother in beautiful San Juan, Puerto Rico. We then moved to the United States, and when I was 11 years old, my parents decided to become missionaries and go to Chile, South America. I never knew where Chile was before that moment, but I ended up moving there for 4 years. One of the best 4 years of my life. Then we moved to Peru, South America, an amazingly beautiful place where I did my high school. You guys call it gymnasiet. That's when I learned how to play music. Then I went to college to study guitar in Mississippi. And I actually started studying classical guitar, but I didn't like it, and I discovered studio production into studio and popular music, and that's what I liked. So I moved to Miami 2001, and from Miami I became better at the guitar, and I would play guitar with other singers who were professional singers And I also did some studio work, and I studied at the Florida International University of Music. From Miami, I traveled to different places playing guitar and playing music until 2012, when I finally left Miami and been traveling basically the world for the past 55 months playing music and just having one big party.
Why can't you see what you're doing to me? When you don't believe a word I'm saying.
There's many factors that I think is the best is the best part of Sweden. For one, I feel at peace here, close to nature, close to the river. I love that very much. In South America, I grew up surrounded by mountains, by the forest, by rivers, by trees, and I really miss that. And when I came here, I got to experience that. Not only that, but in combination with a rebirth of my music, of a rebirth of my career. All those things came together and allowed me to really enjoy it here. And many factors, people loving my music, me getting the chance to work only in music, waking up every single day and saying the only thing I have to do is play my guitar and sing. I'm so blessed. All those factors. And of course, Swedish fika. I haven't tried surströmming yet, but before I die, I'll try the surströmming.
Okay.
But the people are amazing. The people are very open, and when they like you and they love your music, they respond amazingly. So for that and many reasons, I love it here in Sweden.
Yeah.
You can't see the tears are real, I'm crying. We can't go on together with suspicious minds, and we can't build our dreams.
The first thing I ever started doing was to write songs, and my first single here in Sweden was a song called "If We Try," and this is "If We Try."
Spent 7 days in a cloudy haze, not knowing what to do without you. Sleepless nights
When nothing's right, I toss and turn wondering about you.
since you've been gone. I try to move along, I can't escape this empty feeling. Nothing's the same, still feel the pain. I drink too much, but
So that's I had actually stopped writing songs for a long time when I was in Miami. It was a point in my life where I felt like I wasn't going anywhere, and I had written so many songs, and I said, why am I going to write another song? Nothing is happening with these songs. So when I came to Sweden, and I said, I'm going to go into the studio. I went to the studio and I recorded 4 songs. If We Try, a song called Burn Again. I recorded a song that I wrote with my good friend Johan Kokstrom called Take Me Away, which is, I wrote it about my love for north of Sweden. So one day I was in my house and I was just alone by myself and just grabbed the guitar and started playing these chords. And I was just thinking about some situation that had happened to me the night before at the club. And I put it into words, something like this. Last night a little dancer came dancing my way. She told me that she loved me
and that you'd like to stay. Oh, don't do this to me.
Girl, you know I don't play.
That's right.
She left a little fire burning inside of me, and I said, burn, burn, burn again. Oh, baby, you got baby, you got to stay. Love me all the way. Yeah, I can still can't play this game.
That's right.
I'm a fool for love, baby.
For love.
So I wrote that song, and it was on the radio. I think if you ask anybody, any songwriter, singer-songwriter, what their goal is at an early stage in their life is to have their songs played on the radio. And that was the best feeling, I'll tell you, to drive down the road and to listen to the radio and to hear your song play. So that was, when you asked me why I came here, why I stayed in Sweden, that's one of the reasons. And I wrote a song with a good friend of mine, Juhan, and sorry, it's called Take Me Away. I'll just play a little bit of it, but I wrote this song because of you know, the aura, how do you call it, the aura borealis, the aura, northern lights, the northern lights, and how beautiful they are. And I was at a place,
Norrsken.
Norrsken. I was at a place called in Malo, and it was a little mountain, and I learned how to ski there. And so this was all new to me. So I wrote the song, and it's about my love for North Sweden. If I can remember the words. Oh yeah. Forces of light fight in the night, move through the trees. I hear echoes around me, lost in your space. Memories fade. If they could speak, they would say that they love me, that they love me. Take me away, take me away, take me away, take me away. I started writing songs again because for a long time I had written so many songs and nothing had happened to them. I came back here and I started writing songs again. And my case is a little different because I live off the music. So I'm also an entertainer. And I sing a lot of Elvis songs. I sing a lot of Engelbert Humperdinck songs. Roy Orbison. Oh, I love Roy Orbison. He's my favorite. I love the way he sings. In an interview, Roy Orbison said he wrote this song in his car because he couldn't play in the house guitar, so he went out to his car and he played the guitar, you know, with no förstärkare. And he was like, dum 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 doo wah, oh yeah 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 yeah, oh, 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 oh. Only the lonely, only the lonely, only the lonely know the way I feel tonight. Only the lonely know this feeling ain't right. There goes my baby, there goes my heart, they're gone forever, so far apart. But only the lonely know why I cry. Only the lonely, dum 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 doo doo why. There's not a thing that I would change, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for. I wanted to write a song. I wanted to do a duet. So I met this girl named Jenny, and she sings in a group called Context from Utrecht. And I said, Jenny, let's write a song about hope. So I started thinking about this song, and I really focused on the lyrics. And with everything going on in the world, all the killings, everything that people just don't want to talk about. You know, people don't want to talk about it. But that's not the right thing. We should talk about it, you know. And if we could help in any single way, then we should do our best to do that. So we took the opportunity to do that. And so I wrote a song, and it was called Light of My Life, and it goes something like this. Rain is falling, the storm is coming as far as I can see. Friends are calling, streets are flooded, water to my knees. But heaven knows nobody's there, only the whispering wind that blows. But I still have hope that you'll be there when I need you the most. Light of my life,
Light of my soul, you light up the way as you go. Light in the night, white as the snow, you never forget how to glow. You take away my darkness when you open up your hands. You give me so much love again and again. You pick up all the pieces that are shattered on the floor. You put them back together
like they were before. Light of my life, light of my life, light of my life, light of my life, light of my life. And also I started a group. And you know, sometimes when I think about starting a group, I think about being in high school or something like that, or being a teenager. But it's a great thing to be on stage and share the energy with other people who are like-minded in some ways, and in some ways they're not like-minded, which is good. Because the other guys from the Three Amigos, they have different musical tastes. So I think it's great to have all those perspectives and put it into music. I wanted to write a song for my new group, the Three Amigos. And I thought I wanted to make it kind of funny at the same time. So it goes something like this. From Pite to Skellefteå, Karl Trestillion, we are the Three Amigos. Nordsjö till Vilhelmina, Byträsk till Malå. We are the Three Amigos. Hey, sing a little song, do a little dance. That's what we'll do when we're right here with you. Up to the beat, compadre, please move your feet. We are the Three Amigos. Hey, boom, boom, what do I hear? Somebody at the door. Amigo number one. Wearing that smile from ear to ear, singing that same old song. Well, now you've got to sing along. My father has an interesting story. To make a long story short, he experienced the transition of government in Cuba before the revolution and after the revolution. And for political reasons, he was in jail for 7 years because he didn't follow the new government. I'm not going to get into the politics, but when my father was in jail for 7 years, his whole youth taken away from him, He he studied. There was many intellectuals in jail, people who held companies, teachers, people, and he studied to speak French, and his dream was to have a family, to have a normal life, and come to the United States and raise his family. So when he got out of jail, he didn't find a purpose in staying in Cuba. So him and some other friends escaped swimming to the naval base, Guantanamo Naval Base in Cuba. When he got to the United States, he was so grateful that he had a second chance in life, and he gave his life to God. And eventually, my father became a pastor and met my mother, and he put all of the hate to the side, and he was able to let it go. And he wanted to do something in his life, him and his mother, my father and my mother. So they decided to become missionaries and help people, help poor people, help people with needs in their life, different kinds of needs.
I'm just a huckleberry love, yeah.
I try to help in any way that I can, to go out there and give a donation, to go out there and help somebody who's hungry. I think those are real acts of giving, and so sometimes the hardest thing to give is what is the hardest thing for you to give. So, so you know, you learn different lessons in life, and you learn how to stop being selfish. You know, a lot has changed in my life coming here to Sweden. I feel like you learn a lot. You learn to think about other people more and to give. And one of the most beautiful things, one of my dreams was to be on a stage, on a concert. You know, I remember sometimes closing my eyes and thinking, being behind the stage with my guitar and having the announcer say, "Ladies and gentlemen, señoras y señores, mira, don mero querer." And now we will have Joel Nunez. That was my dream. And I can say that dream came true for me here in Sweden. And you know, when I came out, I just wanted people to know. I said to everybody, "You're not here to see me. I am here to sing for you."
Over the rainbow, white and white.
Innan Joel till sist berättar sina tankar om framtiden ska han visa några tidningsartiklar.
Okay, so first time I came to Sweden, I was here for 2 weeks, and I did this full article on me talking about how my influencers, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole. This was at the Hotel Autumn, and I thought it was great that they showed me much love. And then a year later, I worked very hard, and I did a concert with the guys from the Skellefteå Big Band. It was a beautiful evening. We sold the concert out at the Nordano Theater. My little tribute to the Rat Pack, to Frank Sinatra, to all the greats, most of them, some of them. And then also here I have on my spare time I teach kids music. I love to do that. My students have played tre gånger i Trästockfestivalen. This year they're going to play again for the tredje gånger. So that's a little bit of what I do, and yep. And then here you have the man,
The king and,
the king,
and his son.
You know, there's small plans, there's a year from now, and there's life plans. My short-term plan right now is to. I'm still promoting my CD, my Songs That I Love Volume 2, and I recorded it right here in my house, and I want to get that music out to everybody. I want to find more places to sing, to get out there with the music, and also get my own songs out there. I've been blessed to have 4 songs on Perfida Veces Boten Radio. I would like to have a song on national radio.
Oh.